Hello and welcome, everyone. Very excited to have all of you here and very excited to have Emily here. The conversation today is going to be super enlightening in terms of what you can do in support of your clients with a fabulous new tool. So I'm very excited about it. To give all of you a bit of background on Emily, in addition to being an ACC credentialed coach, she is also a clinical therapist. Uh, Emily truly believes that each person's individual style for connecting with others is their ticket to success. And because of that, she uses science-based assessments to get straight to the foundation of that person and their connection. So Emily is going to have some fabulous insights, some of the things she's done with her clients, and share with you a tool that will support all of you in further upgrading the work that's happening. Emily, turning it over to you.
All right. Thanks, Kathy. Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited to share this. We're going to jump right in. We're going to go over what is DISC Daily, what it includes. We'll actually go into the platform. And then, is it right for you? Is it right for your client? So this is specifically for coaches. Okay. So DISC is your practice and accountability partner for learning the principles of DISC. You know how you have people take the DISC, they're all excited, you do the debrief, and they put it in a drawer. That often happens with a lot of professional development tools that you get. You get excited, you come back to the office, you want to share it with everyone. But then it doesn't really fully get implemented. So this is a gift of continuous learning in that initial investment in DISC. So we're going to go and take a look right inside the platform. Oops. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to stop this share and I'm going to bring up the DISC Daily. There we go. So it's a very simple website where there's simply the home page, which for some reason is looking weird. There we go. And it describes about DISC Daily. We talk about the opportunities.
Yeah, we're not seeing it, Emily.
Okay. I didn't do my share.
Thank you.
Screen share. Okay, there we go. So there's the home page, which we're on now. It talks about what DISC is as your accountability partner. It is observational practices in the moment and a simple way to make the learning from DISC stick. You know, we talk about, you or your clients not using DISC to its full potential, or they've gotten put in the investment to the side. The excitement dies down, teams fall back into the same communication, or just being overwhelmed by the amount of information in the report. Well, the actions you can take are to let DISC Daily be your practice and accountability partner for this. There we go. That's better. It has learning in the way that's best for you or your client, and learning in a way that best suits your schedule. We hear how they say, well, I don't want texts. I don't want an extra email coming to my inbox. So there are other ways to do it. You can listen to the podcast while you're driving. You can read the text or the emails on your dashboard anytime you want. They will all be there. And, if you don't have time to go into the dashboard, you can just get the text or the email. So this is what it includes, so you'll understand better what I'm talking about. You get a Monday morning email. It's about a 3-minute read. You get a text Monday through Friday. For example, in the first 2 weeks, it teaches you how to practice identifying styles. So, for example, the text would be, today, pay attention to the pace of the people around you. Tuesday, pay attention to whether people are more focused on the relationship or the task. Where do they fall in the circle? There's the podcast with experts in DISC and in people strategies. That's the name of the podcast. There's a pre and post test to measure your learning overall, as well as monthly scenarios. So you can go in, take the scenario, take the challenge, and go back and repeat it until you really learn it. A progress page, your dashboard, a discussion forum, which I love for coaches, because then they get to interact with their clients for up to a whole year, staying in front of them. And then there's all the audio, video, files, and PDFs and more. So it's an enormous amount of valuable information for anyone wanting to improve their relationship and communication skills. So like any skill, it takes practice, and that's what this is. Here's some tips for making the most of getting DISC daily. Engaging with the clients through the discussion forum. Make use of your coaching to enhance the learning by discussing the email or the daily text. Get on the podcast and be our guest, and then you'll have that material to use for yourself. And you can repurpose the copy on this website to create your own landing page. Okay, so now we have a list of the benefits for the client and the coach. I'm going to go back to the platform. Interesting. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay, so stop share. Hi, everyone. Hold on one sec. Sorry about this. Go here. And
Emily, while you're doing that, I'm going to share with everyone. Emily's up in Alaska, and sometimes that internet connection gets a little bit dicey, so it's playing with her. Emily, if it helps, if you turn your video off, that'll increase your bandwidth.
Okay.
On the internet connection. You in?
I am. So let me share my screen. Thanks for that, Kathy. Vote of giving me the benefit of the doubt. Okay, share. Okay, so here we are at the member login on DISC Daily. So I am going to go to the login here. Kathy, I'm sorry, why don't you share?
What do you want me to share?
Wait a second, here we go. Is this gonna work? Crazy, it worked this morning. Go to discdaily.com. I will stop sharing here.
Okay, and you may
And
have
share your
to,
screen.
and you may have to send me a username and password to
Yeah.
log in. And I'm pulling it up on a browser window.
And you want to go to
So here we go, everyone. This is the Disc Daily site. And you want me to go to member login?
member login.
Okay, and if you will put this in the chat box for me and just direct it to me, I will copy and paste.
Okay. NBNE6 is the login.
Can you put it in the chat box so I can copy and paste it?
Yep.
So is that the password or the username?
That's the username. And there's the password. Stop my video.
So here we go, and tell me where you want me to navigate, Emily.
Okay, great. So here is your dashboard. You just scroll down a little. So you see you can click on allow text notification. You can click on that, Kathy.
Allow text notification.
Bottom
Oh,
right.
over here, got it. Okay. I was looking at the list.
Yeah, allow text notification. And here you see you put in your phone number and the time that you want to receive that. And you hit submit. So that's how easy it is to schedule the text. Now go on over to the menu on the left, Kathy. We look at the pre-test. So this would be the second thing that you do is go to this pre-test. And as you can see, it takes you about 20 minutes to do this. You read through everything and then you put which person, which client that they're talking about is, you can go ahead and scroll down, suits which one when you're doing this day at the office. Okay. Now you can go back up, Kathy, and go to the menu on the left, and we'll go to the practices. So here you have, go down to week 1 and click read more. This actually works better, Kathy, because it's faster than mine would be. So here's an example of the text. You will get the wheel in the text as well for the first few weeks so that people will, be able to see the wheel and remember, oh yeah, okay, this is, so go, which one does it go in? Is it the left, the right, the top, the bottom? So these are the texts. You can visit these, scroll all the way down till you see the top of the weekly email. Now my email, this is a generic email. You're welcome to use this, just copy and put it right into your MailChimp or whatever mail format you use. We also have the ability to customize it and brand it for you with your information. So if you scroll all the way down, Kathy, you can see, each style, just little tips on how it works. And then the weekly emails strengthen that learning as you go. Okay, now Kathy, go back to practices.
Yeah, this is where I am, right?
Yep, click on that again.
Okay.
And scroll down, you can see the monthly quiz is there. Read more there. And these are just simple scenarios. And you choose what style, you explain your answer, and you submit it. Now, that's how simple the monthly quizzes are. Okay, go on back up and go to the progress button, Kathy. Down lower. No, back to the menu up top. Yeah, and then
Oh,
progress.
this button. Gotcha.
Yep.
My eyes were looking elsewhere.
That's okay. You can tell we didn't practice, guys, right? This is really live. So here we have, if you scroll down, this is your progress page, and it would populate where it says monthly quiz report. That would be there when I took the pre-test. And then, as you can see, it will populate your monthly quizzes. Now, the first one I took as a test, it said keep learning. And then the second one, I put in the explanation and it said way to go. So if this will populate with each month, you can retake those monthly quizzes as much as you want. And it will tell you, okay, so maybe month 1 is where I need to keep learning. I go back to the practices, and I know exactly which month that I would have to go to. Right. So month 1 quiz, I want to practice those before the month 1 quiz. So it lets you know. Okay, Kathy, scroll up on the thing. Now we hit the video resources.
I assume it's loading.
Yeah, the video resources takes just a bit longer to load.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All that video. That's weird.
Well, there are a number of different titles of the video resources. There are explanations. They're about, anywhere from 2 to 4 minutes long. And they're explanations of, this is a D style and 17% of the population are Ds. And it goes on to just give a verbal explanation with a little video look at it. Then there are actually actors that play out the role of the different disc styles. It's kind of hilarious, actually. So that's the video resources. Let's go to the audio resources.
For some reason, you know what? I'm going to pull this up on Chrome and see if the browser makes a difference.
Okay, I'm on Safari on a Mac, and
I'm on a PC, and sometimes the browser window can make a difference. So I'm going to see if that helps at all, because it's not letting me navigate right now.
Okay. Well, I'll while you're doing that, I'll just share the video resources are lists. The audio resources are lists of each style doing things such as leaving a voice message. And to listen to the D leave a voice message versus the S leave a voice message is really enlightening to hear it one after the other, right, in comparison to one another. I wasn't going to play these resources anyway, so all you're missing is just the list, of the resources and my cool picture I have on the top. And then the PDF resources really takes your the list of pages from the report, puts them all in one place, as well as other, a number of different resources that are in PDF format. I guess I can start my video.
Yeah, I've got it up in Chrome easily. It's, I'm not sure why it's not letting me switch the view.
Maybe stop share and then reshare.
Yeah, it's, the Zoom is spinning and not letting me do that, unfortunately. So now it's in Zoom. It's my problem. I've got it up on my screen, Emily. I can see the audio resources and all that information. I
Well,
just can't get to where I can share.
How about going to the podcast page? So we have people in the podcast like Jen Larson, who's been doing all the training for people who are getting DISC certified. We have Dr. Tony Alessandra, who created the Platinum Rule. We have other coaches that come on the podcast. And like I said, that's a great benefit for coaches to come on to the podcast. Look at that.
So there's the audio resources. It seems to have caught up with my spinning maybe.
Okay, now the podcast, we scroll down. We have this, like here are two new ones, DISC and how he created it, awareness through practice. So there's some great conversations here with salespeople, with HR directors, who have gone into coaching, corporate leaders. So it's very cool. They're all between 15 and 40 minutes.
Do I dare attempt video resources again?
Sure. I mean, it should work great. It's proven and tested. So I'm not sure. I'm a social worker, not a technician. I'm
going to stop my share. I did started on Chrome. And so what I'm going to do is in Chrome, I'm logging in. Okay. Sometimes I have found certain sites don't work so well in Foxfire. And that's my thinking behind logging into Chrome.
Okay. In the discussion forum, which is the next part of the platform, what it is, so we started it right now. It's pretty fresh because it's a new product, but there's a start.
So yeah, Chrome seems to be available.
Okay, great. Why don't you go to the frequently asked questions, FAQs. So this is the platform. As you can see, it's home and member login, right? In the top right. This is the platform for clients. There's a different website for coaches, and that's where we were at, that coaching page. But if you scroll down on this, Kathy, you can see, it talks all about DISC and, what does it actually measure, and all about the DISC assessment and the report. And if you keep going down, Kathy, just scroll down. It talks about the graphs, it gets into the history, and then selection and hiring for using DISC, which Higher Sense is another new product that we use, the Hartman Value Profile, the DISC, and motivators. And it, 20 to 30% of your hiring process can use this. It even brings up interview questions for you. It's very cool. And then difference between other assessments as well as other assessments I use. How about the discussion forum, Kathy? And then I'm really excited to answer questions too. So for example, if you click on the DISC Daily Forum in the discussion forum there.
This daily.
No, on the page, yep, and then down right under the word.
Oh, right here. Okay, got it.
So we have things in there. This is where I say you can engage. So it's, you know, all about C's, straight from the C's mouth. So people can talk about their own styles. It can get very amusing. And then, you know, if you're looking at this, you're either RNS or you're wanting to better understand the S. So this is a great way to deal with clients as well. So if you have a 3-month coaching package with them, you do the disc, you're still in front of them for a full year. You can have them put the text, the text that they get, it's a one number, they could put your name on that contact. Okay, so
nice. And somebody did ask a question. They said, this is great. Is Disc Daily a subscription model, or how does it work?
okay, so now go to it. Yes, it is a subscription. Go to the discdailycoach.com, Kathy.
Okay. Hey, I got the videos up. I clicked on that because I wanted to see them. So the videos are up, and
There they are.
So you who are like me, where you really wanted to see the videos. So what that tells us is Firefox is not as great on this as some of the others. And where do you want me to go now, Emily?
I want you to open a new tab to share, or just go to discdailycoach.com. And this will be, and you can all go there on your own computer as well. Discdailycoach.com. Now would be, you wouldn't give this out, right? Go to coaches in the menu. And then you can see the client benefits, the coach benefits. Go ahead and scroll down, Kathy. And we have, so this is the way it works. We have wholesale pricing for coaches. Typically, it's going to be $25 a month or $300 a year per person. So when you buy it for your client, you would tack that price onto your coaching package. So for example, I sell it for $49 a month or $580 for the year. So you can see there's a real opportunity to make some extra money there. Right now there's 50% off the wholesale pricing. You can get a bunch of seats for $150 per person for the year, or $12.50 a month. And there is a special for graduates of CCC right now that Kathy has a code for you to use, and you'll get 50% off the lifetime package for coaches only. So to other coaches who didn't graduate CCC are paying $300, which is still a deal. So any questions on that right now?
And for graduates, that's on your coach login page. So you just log in there and you can access the information and grab it. Very excited that Emily was willing to offer that to everyone. She's a graduate too, so.
Yeah. Yep. So that's how that works. Now go on up to FAQs for coaches. And these are different. So here are a lot of the questions. Can it be customized and branded for my business? Customize the emails. You know, is there training to learn the system? There is this, it's pretty much just a click through, take the test, put your phone number in, and hang out on the discussion board if you want. Go ahead down further, and then there are guides for how to do that, how to schedule your text and your email. And the emails are all automated. So every week somebody gets an email from you.
What's neat about that is if you have a client that you're doing the disc with and they're really looking for a long-term measurable impact, signing them up for this is a way to make sure they're getting that reminder, whether it's text, email, however it works, and it keeps them engaged and it keeps you in front of them. And
Yeah.
And they're using the information more because they have it front of mind.
Right. And, the way this came to be, there is a story. I have it, read more about us on the homepage. Is that I wasn't able to have those conversations with my clients after giving them the disc about, okay, well, what style are you dealing with this person? And I just felt like I was shortchanging my clients because they weren't learning the material that they had invested in. So I started to text my client, okay, pay attention. So I ended up writing all the texts down and really creating them in relationship to the emails. And that's how this came to be. And then people started saying, put a discussion board on, do a podcast. So yeah, I have a question. Is anyone interested in, purchasing this and being on the podcast, or does that sound like something you would leave to others?
And you can just type a response in the chat box. That works great. So it's a possibility. I think they're thinking about it, Emily.
Yeah.
I'm working on inviting people to our podcast too. So that's definitely, we've got some possibly in the future. Yeah, it's what's so interesting to me is ICF research tells us that the top two ways to get new clients are referrals and public speaking. And so opportunities like this, doing a free webinar, doing a free podcast, etc., is a way to get in front of a new audience and have somebody else experience you and reach out. So it's a fabulous opportunity.
Yeah, I guess the question was more on the podcast.
Who wants to be a guest on a podcast?
Doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Anyone's interested, contact me to do the podcast.
Yeah. And when I send out the email with the link to the recording to everyone, I will CC Emily, so you will all be able to see her email address and reach out to her directly. So you'll have that option.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, and now I can go back to and share, Kathy.
Okay.
And just finish this up with my PowerPoint, which is just a few pages. Okay, so we went through this. Now, is it right for you as a coach? Let me go into slideshow. Okay, everyone can see my screen?
Yeah, it's we're seeing all the slides on the side and the little note box. So yeah.
Right. Sorry about that. Yes, don't hire me to run your webinars. Is this really right for you as a coach? Diversify and expand services, increase revenue, stay in front of your leads and clients, and strengthen your own learning in DISC. It provides a common language to use when coaching. I find that really helpful. Be a guest on the podcast, cost effective, option to pay monthly or annually, and personalized pricing to make a profit. In the way that I do it is I take the disc, the debrief, a 1-hour debrief, and then the disc daily, which is just automated, basically. It doesn't add a lot of work to you. And I charge as a package for that, for a year's worth of professional development. Don't care for text, listen to the podcasts, read it on the dashboard, instead of the emails, they don't have to receive emails, learn more. So you can see we're getting each style, the C's, the D's, the S's and the I's in the discussion forum. And, they don't have time, just do the automated, just the emails and the texts are enough to learn it. So is it, again, right for your clients, sustained awareness following a debrief, makes the learning really stick, provides a platform at one's own pace, keeps the DISC principles front of mind, and it provides that accountability and practice partner for an entire year. Learning techniques for all learning styles, allows clients to engage with others in that DISC journey, measures progress, demonstrating ROI, real life scenarios right in the moment. And it provides a sense of connection to the coach following the end of a relationship. So I just want to thank everyone for, sitting through this and being patient through my technical glitches. Any other questions coming up, or?
Everyone feel free. So in the chat box, whatever questions you want to put there, and then there is a question box as well. You do have the comment here, Emily, of seeing the value in this tool. That's, once you get adult learning and what it takes for us to really process, apply, and fully incorporate information, it is an amazing tool. I'm excited about it. And then the subscription. So for you as a coach, my understanding, Emily, is once they do the subscription, they can access it themselves. And then for each client they want, they can do a year at a time.
Right. And I see the question, does the content start over after that? No, so it ends after a year. And then for you as the coach, you can access it all on the platform. If you want to reschedule it to get the texts and the emails over again as a coach with a lifetime membership, we certainly can do that. It's just a matter of requesting us to put you back on that list to receive them.
Nice. Yeah, and right now that lifetime membership is the same as 1 year, so definitely worth doing.
Yeah.
So exciting.
I know as a new coach too, when I first was a brand new coach, I didn't know how to stay in front of people. I didn't, I was self-conscious about all the material, writing all this material and sending it out. I was not sure really even what to get into right away. I don't know if you remember that feeling or are going through that yourself as a new coach. But this allowed for conversations if there wasn't something else going on while I was coaching, if the person wasn't coming up with something on their own.
Yeah, I gave them options. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Emily, share a success story of a client who you put on this program and what happened as a result.
Well, so this, I have this one client who she was working through home through the pandemic, and she organizes events. So now she was switching to everything being online, these virtual events, and having some real trouble with a particular client doing the virtual communication. And I kept asking, what is what style? Well, she kept saying she couldn't tell through emails or on the Zoom. So I clearly needed to show her and teach her more how she could tell. And we would do things so that in the text, it talks about, how can you tell someone through an email, someone's style through an email, and how do you adapt in kind? So she spent then the rest of that one client to do their event, really getting to know the person and responding so well. The emails changed, the conversations changed. And what she told me was the client said, "Boy, you really get me, don't you?" Which was such a big success for her because she struggled so much to understand this person through the virtual world. So that's
a great example.
Yeah.
Absolutely a great example. Well, and what comes up for me is we talk about in the workplace how you have bosses that really are chasing their people out the door. You've seen all the research. People don't leave the company, they leave their boss. And think about working with a manager, a leader, or a boss who does have high turnover in their department or lots of conflict or a lack of engagement or productivity, and having them take the disc and having them on the disc daily and using us. And what a difference that starts to make in every interaction they have.
It really does. I tell my coaches or my clients too, that when they are in that top leader position, when I'm talking with executives or emerging leaders going into an executive position, it's tricky to get them to stop being the worker bee and being the leader who is helping others to rise. And it's such an amazing tool for them. Then they feel like they are working, right? Even though they're out relating with people and lifting them up, they get that this is now their job, to be the guide, to be the leader, to be the teacher and the guru. And this allows them to do it that much better, gives them confidence right away.
Nice. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, so pausing for a moment, looking for any last minute questions from everybody. And so.
Okay, well, feel free to call me directly or email me directly. My website is emilybassstrategies.com. And my number is on there. My calendar link to schedule is on there.
Excellent. Yeah, and of course, when I email all of you, I will include her email address so that you can reach out to her. You'll have it. So fabulous.
All right. Well, thanks, everyone. Appreciate your patience. And it's my first webinar, so this is good practice.
There we go. Emily, thank you so much for joining us today. All of you, thank you for being here. So glad you got a chance to see this amazing tool. Looking forward to really good things with it. Have a great one.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.